We want to solve systems of equations using substitution, and that's an algebraic method to solve linear systems. So the directions for this says, solve the following system of linear equations by substitution. Describe the solution type as one solution, no solution, or infinite solutions. So when we're using substitution, the first thing is we want to find the variable with a coefficient of 1. It's the easiest. So right here we have the y by itself. So we want to get, if we look here, we have a coefficient of 3, -5, -7. So in this case, the y in the top equation has a coefficient of 1, so that's the one we want to solve for. So solve one of the equations for one of its variables. So we're going to do that for y. Then substitute the new equation from step 1 into the equation that you haven't used yet. Solve, and then substitute that value into the other equation and solve for the other variable, and then check for the ordered pair. So that's what we're gonna, those are the steps that we're gonna do, and we'll mark those down as we go. So here, we want to solve to get y by itself. So I'm going to just write this equation down over here. So we have 3x plus y equals 11. So we're going to subtract 3x from both sides of the equations, and we get y equals -3x plus 11. So we're going to take this y variable and we're going to substitute it back into this equation for y right here. So this was step number 1. And now we're working on step number 2 over here. So I'm going to write this equation down. So we have -5x minus 7. And then we're going to replace the y, or substitute the y, with -3x plus 11. And that's equal to 19. And then we have to solve to get the other variable by itself. So now we're on to step number 3. So the first thing, we can distribute the -7 into the parentheses there. So we're at -5x plus 21x minus 77 equals 19. And then we have like terms that we have here. So we can write that down as 16x minus 77 equals 19. And we add 77 to both sides. And then we get 16x equals 96. And then divide by 16. And then we get x is equal to 6. So then once we have the variable, then we want to substitute that variable into the top equation there. So we say 3, and then we want to take our x variable and plug that in, or substitute that in, plus y equals 11. So we get 18 plus y equals 11, and then we can subtract 18. And we get y equals -7. So this was step number 4. And then the last one we can do is we want to check our solution. So I'm going to write down the other equation here, but I'm going to substitute in our x and our y values that we've calculated. So -5, and we take the x out and substitute in 6. And take the y value out and substitute in -7. And that's equal to 19. But we're checking this, so I'm going to put a question mark above the equal sign to show that we're checking it. And then we can do simplify over here. So we have -30 plus 49 equals 19. And -30 plus 49, and we get 19 equals 19. So we're all set there. And that's our check, and that was step number 5. So our solution is -6, -7. And for this one, there is one solution.